What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and it's time for another installment of T3 News. Kind of. Not really. Well, a week ago, I made an episode talking about the crypto crash and its effect on the watch market. And in that episode, I referenced the Washington Post article where they spoke about heightened activity on the secondary market when it comes to watchmakers like Rolex and Patek, most likely due to people trying to hedge against their crypto losses by selling off some of these luxury items that they accrued while they were making some money. But in that article, they also mentioned something very interesting. They mentioned that certain brands like Lange and Vacheron seem to be immune to this market softening. So why is that? Well, we're going to explore that today, and I'm going to give you some of my insight as a watch dealer. So if you're interested, please stick around, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, hit that like button because it helps me out a bunch. And let's get into it. It is 3:40 p.m. Let's get down to business. So why is Lange and Vacheron immune to the secondary market activity, while brands like Rolex and Patek seem to be getting hit kind of hard? Well, first, I would urge you to go check out Watch Charts on Instagram, okay? I follow them, and they're like an incredible resource, but all you have to do is go to that Instagram page. Oh my gosh, tongue twister. And you can see images of watches very clearly on a graph, and you can see a bunch of red arrows going down. Why is this? Well, in my humble opinion, it has to do with the amount of watches these watchmakers produce and sell. So when we're comparing brands like Rolex, Patek, and then Vacheron and Lange, Rolex and Patek, Rollies and Pateks, these are in pop culture, they're in rap songs. They're like, you don't hear people talking about Langes and Vacherons yet. So that's the first thing that we can take note of. Rollies and Pateks are very popular. They're very hot right now. But there's also numbers to back this up. So it's estimated that Rolex makes 800,000 to 1 million watches per year. Although with the way that, the ADs operate, it's almost like they make maybe 10 a year, but that's not the case. Patek makes substantially less than Rolex at about 60,000 a year. Vacheron makes about 20,000 per year, and Lange makes a mere 5,000 units per year. So not only do less people even know about watchmakers like Vacheron, Constantin, and Lange, but there's simply less of these products on the market in the first place. That's what I'm getting at. So does this bother these watchmakers that they're softening on the secondary market? Probably more than they'd let on, but honestly, they're all making so much money, I doubt they care all that much. I mean, Rolex, who makes the most watches out of the four brands we spoke about today, Rolex, Patek, Lange, and Vacheron, I doubt they're hurting. All right. And the secondary market activity, they're already messing with the secondary market by limiting the supply that comes out. And then you hear horror stories of them, taking the stickers off the watches before they give it to you, or them cutting the hang tags off and keeping them, or keeping the papers for a year so that, trying to combat the secondary market flipping. Who knows? Each AD has different ways of operating, and there's, everyone has a different story about their experience or what they've heard happened at an AD. Whatever. I doubt Rolex is that upset about it. I doubt Patek is that upset about it. And you know who I think is really happy about it? Lange and Vacheron, because this just further solidifies them as a coveted, unobtainium brand that you have to be pre-qualified to purchase, and they can look at the peasants that are flipping these Pateks and Rolexes, and they're like, poor people. Poor people gross me out, actually. And guess what? When it comes to going to any AD for any of these watchmakers, it's not like terribly easy to get. Number one, because Vacheron is very expensive. Lange is even more expensive. Patek is quite expensive. And then not only is Rolex relatively expensive, you're not going to be able to find them. So on the primary market, you're screwed. And on the secondary market, I guess you have some more opportunities now to buy Rolexes and Pateks at a bit less than you would, 6 months ago when things were going up. Now things are going down. Hey, bada bing, bada boom. There's an upside to a downward market, I guess. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Invest in poop coin.